Gamers, we cannot find the funny organ. There's the
Hello,
funny
everybody.
organ.
I was definitely
Oregon?
streaming some games with the Coconut Milk Crew for a little bit.
Alright, let me do
But you know
one just
what?
quick play for
Because
a
I'm going to be
moment, then
really
I'll hop in the
fucking late
video.
on this video, let's just get
Oh
this shit
god,
going
it's
anyway.
quick
Tell you
play.
what, they can even be in the background too. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, but I'm muted. So, let's go. And if a Luigi soundboard gets me copyright strike, I'm going to shoot myself directly in the face. So I tell you what, roll the intro. Hello everybody, and welcome to the week 13 video of the 2022-2023 NFL season. I'm not cutting it out, fuck you. And my prediction picks, I'm your host, the Blind Canadian Cat.
Kill him now.
I hope you like their shit posted in the background. I might cut that out, but I don't know. Fuck you. I'm having fun, and they don't know, so haha.
Who's listening to the fucking...
Whatever. I hate my life.
Fuck you.
that was?
I'm exhausted. But let's recap last week. Straight up, we looked good. We did good, given all things considered. We kind of got screwed over by some bad luck
Goodbye,
in the last
Link.
second. But it is what it is.
Upbeat.
But the spreads and the totals, it was kind of a shit. Yeah, I'm gonna leave. So I can focus because they're gonna make me distracted. So hi, yada yada. But hey, we're doing great. We're doing fine. Life is good. I'm gonna adjust the camera. Blah blah blah, and whatever. When that video comes out on Dustblock channel, I will let you guys know. Also, support Subleaf. He needs support right now, so we need to give him support. Y'all go follow him, like, rate, comment, subscribe on his shit. Links down below, yada yada. But with that, make sure to get this video on time. You're probably gonna miss this. This video will probably come out during the Bills Pats game, but let's get these picks out anyway. Starting with, like I said, the Bills and the Patriots. I wasn't expecting the Patriots to do as good as they did on that Thanksgiving game. I mean, I predicted it probably a close and low-scoring affair. I did not expect both teams to drop 20+. I was not expecting that. And even with a New England defense, I wasn't expecting the Vikings to drop 30. So that kind of surprised me. That was definitely not expected. But you know what? It is what it is. But I think the Bills are going to figure it out here sooner or later. They have to, right? Like, at this point, the Bills have hit a skid to the point now where I don't view them as that team that I was so It wasn't necessarily a confidence thing. It's a, hey, it's now or never. I don't want Casey is not allowed to be your excuse to why you don't make the Super Bowl. If some other team is the excuse, sure, they got hot at the right time and they're a one-year wonder. But you, Buffalo, no. Casey is not the excuse this time. But and you can look at division games, and Buffalo has yet to win a division game, and they're all close, yada yada. Even if they do win, they probably won't cover the 3.5. There's a lot of hooks already this week that are really fucking sketchy, but I'm gonna roll with it. I'm not high on New England really to begin with, so it is what it is. I'm taking them. Vikings and Jets, you can make the argument for both teams that it's like, you guys are doing great, good job. We don't believe in you to do anything when the playoffs come around. And to the Jets, even if you make the playoffs. Because at this point, I'll say this. You got three teams. The Ravens, the Chargers, and the Jets. One of those three is going to make the playoffs. I'm not ruling out Baltimore to win the division still. But after last week, I don't know how you can have faith in them. I don't know how you can have faith. But with that being said, maybe it's me doubting Mike White, maybe it is, but I just trust the Vikings more in this instance because I need consistent offense from the Jets. The Jets haven't been consistent on offense in forever, and now beating a Bears team that didn't have many players and then lost Eddie Jackson. You're not giving me too much to believe in. So I'm rolling with Minnesota for now. Ravens, this 8.5 pains me. This pains me. And I think this is a testament more to Denver than anything else. Because Denver is the worst of the worst. At this point, they might their offense is so bad that I think you could still make them the argument as as like a bottom 5 team, or like a bottom 3 team in general, even with how great that defense is. Because that Denver defense is really good. But because of that, I can take this off. But because of that, you don't like this team. They can't beat the Raiders. They can't beat the Panthers. You don't want to touch the team. I don't want to, no. And I will gladly lay points against them because I don't think they're off. And Baltimore, they're inconsistent. I don't know who it is. I don't know who you can blame for this. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm going to lay it. I'm going to hate myself while I lay it. And I'm going to lay that 8.5 because I don't think Denver's going to do anything. I don't. And if Denver scores more than 24, then I'm retiring. I'm done because that would be the lowest of the low of the Ravens. Like, forget everything else that has happened this year. Forget the 4 blown leads. 3 to good teams, 1 to a team who we're praying is going to be good in a few years. If you're the first team to make Denver look like they have a legitimate offense, that's not garbage time offense, I don't know what to say to you at this point. I don't. Atlanta over Pittsburgh. I was kind of on Pittsburgh for a while, but Atlanta, I feel like, hey, that division is still kind of up for grabs. I feel like I probably would have taken Pittsburgh here had Tampa beat Cleveland, because at that point Tampa's got a big enough lead that you can get away with it. But now with Tampa losing to Cleveland, Atlanta, and New Orleans and Carolina for that matter, they can look on like, hey, we just need to win some games here. Forget the bullshit of the first 12 weeks of the season. If we win some games right now, we could technically compete for this division. Because Saints are playing Tampa this week. Carolina still got a rematch with them, and Atlanta does too. So no matter how good you think, or may not think Tampa is, these other teams still have a chance. I'm not going to bet on them, but they still have a chance. I think Atlanta sees that. I think they take advantage of the Pittsburgh team. That's just not good. See, at least with Washington, Heineke has a thing you believe in. Pittsburgh, you don't really believe in them. Especially now with Najee hurting. I don't know if he's going to be out for this game or not, but with him hurting, you can't believe in this team. You can't. So Atlanta, I think, takes advantage of this, and they take this game. Lions over Jags, I don't think it matters. I mean, I think the Jags come back under. I think they got a little too of a high momentum, in Detroit kind of low. Although this won't surprise me if this is like a 9-6 game. Part of me wants to think this is going to be a shootout. Part of me thinks Jacksonville's going to be under. Part of me thinks the Lions are going to underperform because now it's lesser competition who they think they should beat. I don't know. I'll take Detroit at -1. They're practically saying to pick them. So take your pick. I'm going to go with the Lions. I think the Jags are getting ahead of themselves. Eagles over Titans. I like it personally. Had the Titans beat the Bengals, I might have given Tennessee some love here. And I know some other people are thinking this is a good upset with how inconsistent Philly looks. But I'm just not there. Tennessee at this point hasn't proven much to me. They just haven't. So I'm not buying into it. I'm not. So I'll take Philly. And if it's... whatever. I'm taking Philly. Browns over the Texans. All year long, I was on the Texans are going to beat the Browns for shits and giggles, and it's going to be funny. But the Browns got momentum. They beat Tampa, and now they're getting him back. They're getting him back. Which, for all intents and purposes, should be an upgrade. He's probably going to suck ass this year because they haven't really played him forever. But by next year, I think we'll see how the Browns are. We'll see. This year he's probably going to suck. But, and again, I was thinking about taking Houston forever. But Houston, at this point, doesn't even look like they're trying anymore. They just don't look like they're trying. Like, I think they're ready for the first overall pick in the draft, which they're going to blow on some quarterback that's going to make them not any better in any way, shape, or form. It's not. It's not. But they're going to pretend it does, so more power to them. But yeah, I'm taking Cleveland to win, but because I think Deshaun's going to be hella rusty, I'll take Houston to cover. At the very least, I think this will probably be like a 17-7 game going on for the majority of it, and then with like 2 seconds left, Houston scores a touchdown. So that way it becomes like 17-14. They gotta get an onside kick, they're not gonna get it, Browns win. That's how I see this game. I don't think points will be scored. Commanders over the Giants, that's mostly a belief thing. Like, I've said it all year. I've not been too big on the Giants. I haven't. I'm proud of them, and Dayball was a runaway for Coach of the Year at the start of the season, but at this point I don't know if I could say that much anymore. Him or Pete Carroll, to be honest. I do think Kevin O'Connell needs a little more love on it. For the sole fact you can't point to one person on the Vikings as to why they're 9-2. Jefferson's great, but Jefferson is not the reason they're 9-2. Justin Jefferson is not the reason they're 9-2. But yeah, I just have faith in the Commanders more than the Giants. And this might be one of those split things where the Giants win this one, but then they lose the rematch. Probably. I don't know. But I'm going with the Commanders. But this also reeks of a game that's going to somehow come up to score fuckery. And even if the Commanders do win, they're not going to cover 2.5. So whatever. Packers-Bears, I don't know the deal with Rodgers. I don't know with Love. I don't know what the deal with Fields. I don't know what any of the quarterback situation is going to be for these guys. I don't. But I'll say this. The Packers have owned the Bears for a long time. So why bet against it? Why bet against it? I'm not touching it. Give me the Packers, but the Bears to cover just in case the Fields comes back and it's Love starting and Fields has a quote-unquote field day. Give me the Packers. Rams, I think they're cashing for the season too. Aaron Donald's down, Stafford's down. They gave up a somewhat decent fight against KC, but I think KC sleptwalked that game. I think they did. And they couldn't cover my spread. I gave Rams 15.5. Just give me 15.5. They got 16. I hate my life. But I think Seattle, especially after the loss to the Raiders, they got pent up rage. And here comes the Rams, Super Bowl champions, who look like they've been kicked down. I'll take it. I'll take it. The Niners over the Dolphins. I went back and forth on this one, and I'm only choosing the Niners for the sole purpose of this feels like a game. The Dolphins have been on a roll, and they're probably going to lose one or two along the way. I think this is one of them. Especially now with the flexed Chargers game the next week. I do think they sweep the floor with it. I think they kick the Chargers' ass on that next Sunday night game, personally. We'll see how the Chargers perform this week. But I think the Dolphins are going to kick the Chargers' ass in the next Sunday night game. Well, with that, I think this is one of those games Miami's just going to lose for the sake of, hey, we're not going to win every game. It'll be a game we lose. That's how I see it. Niners win. Give me a close one. Probably a game-winning field goal. Probably. That's my guess. Chargers beat the Raiders, although not 100%, but like I would not be surprised in the slightest if the Raiders won this game because the Chargers are inept in some way, shape, or form. I don't trust this Chargers team anymore. They just don't look good. And I don't know if that's injuries. I don't know if that's coaching. I don't know what it is, but they just don't look good. Like I wanted to believe in this team. I really did, but they just haven't shown it. So I can't do that. Chiefs over the Bengals. You can talk about the Bengals last year, but again, I think the Bengals were one of those one-hit wonder teams, and yes, they're getting hot again now. But I think the Chiefs remember those two games from last year, and they're like, we're not doing this again. We're not doing this again. You shush. Cover the Colts for this being my one game that's over double digits. The double digit spread theory got wrecked Sunday. Well, okay, maybe not wrecked, because here's what happened. The Giants backdoor covered the Cowboys. After the Cowboys missed a field goal, that even if the Giants did get that touchdown, they would have still covered. But because the Cowboys missed a field goal, the Giants were able to go down the field with ease backdoor cover. I have Gio's out here. I'm sure Gio would like to say something about that. The Dolphins were on a runaway. Everyone saw that coming, but then they got lazy in the end. They got lazy like the third quarter. Pulled all their starters. And Miami's backups couldn't do nothing against Houston, and Houston found enough ways to, inch towards it. One more field goal would have been fine, but they didn't. So Miami covers, which again I was a fan of. And then the Chiefs Rams, that was 1 point. 1 point. So those backdoors, those double-digit spreads, they did lose this week, but a lot of them were in danger. Danger. So I'm going with the Colts on this one, mostly because I do think this. I'm not going to say this Colts team is good by any stretch of the imagination. Dallas, realistically, should handle their business. But because of that theory, and because of just vibes off the teams, the vibes, it would not surprise me if Dallas led early, led for the most of it, and then Indy chipped away. Because that's also 10.5. So it would not surprise me if this game came down to a 27-17. It would not surprise me. Or even if Dallas gets kind of sloppy on offense. 24-14. That is not out of the realm of believability. So yeah, I'm just going to cover my bases, cover my theory, go with that. And then I'm going to take a stance over the Bucks, because Saints always beat the Bucks. I know last blah blah blah, whatever. But this Tampa team is not good. This Tampa team is good. And New Orleans, I think, smells fish in the, or blood in the water. Fish in the water. Blood in the water. You can't tell me they're looking at this, knowing that they've always beaten them, and ain't gonna make a decision. I swear to you, I think they will. I think they will. And either way, take the 3.5. Tampa's not blowing them out. And it's not Jameis Winston, so he's not going to be throwing 13 picks. Danny Dalton has kind of been meh. I'm not going to hold the shutout to the Niners against them. I mean, it is the Niners, and it is the Saints. The Niners are clearly better than the Saints by a mile, so I'm not. But the fact that the Saints' defense kept them down to a minimum, that surprised me more than anything. Yeah, I'm not. I'm taking it. I don't think Tampa sweeps them, especially if they're going to lose to Carolina like they did. I don't think they sweep them. I'm taking New Orleans. Blah, blah, blah. There's that. Capital of the week. I actually didn't write one. Fact. So, here, let's do this. Oh, and then all these, so it doesn't matter. Blah, blah, blah. We can pick over to fantasy, going a nice 3-1. Only game I lost was in the Coconut Mall League, because the roomie got me by less than a point. I think it was like 144.3 to like 142.7 or something like that. He barely beat me. So annoying. But yeah, 3-1. Games coming down the line. League of Assholes. We got 3 weeks left. I'm 6-6 right now, currently with the 5th seed, with the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th seed being 7-5. So if I can get one of those guys to lose the game here, and I win, I just need to keep winning. That's my best bet, because I think I'm also behind on the point tiebreaker. So as long as I keep winning, I get them to lose, then we should be in business. Discord's finals is interesting because there are 6 of us left. 2 8-4s, 2 7-5s, 2 6-6s. And funny enough, me at 7-5 is playing the other 7-5. And the 6-6, our 2 favorite people, the Quagsire and the Bowl of Rice, are playing this week too. So whoever wins the 7-5 game, probably going to be in. Whoever loses the 6-6 game, is probably going to be out. So things to keep an eye out for. This week is important for a lot of people. Very important. Coconut Mall, we're playing JT, but I think I'm already essentially locked into the playoffs, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think I'm catching up to RJ, so I'm stuck in that 2 or 3 slot. I think I'm going to be playing right in the playoffs anyway. Maybe. I'll have to check the standings again. But. And then Ante & Co., 2 weeks left. I do have a technically 2-game lead. But I don't know how the tiebreaker works out yet. If I'm playing Billy, Billy's fighting for a playoff spot. So we'll see how that goes. And with that, that is going to be all I have to say. Let's get the opinion of whoever's left in that call.
I should probably go get something to
Okay.
drink.
Hello,
now that I
people
think
in the
about it,
call.
I'm gonna die of
I am
thirst.
currently recording right now. Would you like to say anything?
I would like to say,
the Seahawks
guys,
are gonna
Cat
win.
is, guys, Cat is holding me hostage here to base me. She hasn't got on my head. There's a bomb strapped to me.
Okay.
That's video editor. We shot him.
Hey guys, it's me, J-Tunes from J-Tunes.
Shit. Okay, snapback killed me. I have no more 3-star.
So, would you want to shit talk Raisu while you play him in fantasy this week?
Oh, you're gonna lose or something.
Maybe you shouldn't play on a GameCube controller, dumbass.
I love
That's
GameCube
not how
controllers.
that works. You don't play fantasy football on a GameCube controller.
Yes, you did. Alright, that's it. Subscribe to
What
me,
the fuck
do you
subscribe
do?
to all the bozos in this
Death by
call. You
snapback.
can't see who's in this call, but subscribe to them.
I think it's better that you don't see who's in call.
Death by the cracker.
And I'll see y'all next week. Peace, love, and trust.
No.